Hi, I'm Lori Ann Rickard, president of Rickard and Associates, an estate planning firm in Metro Detroit. I've been practicing law for 37 years, and we often find that our clients have common questions that they'd like answered. And that's why we created this YouTube channel to just answer some common questions that our clients have about estate planning. So today we're going to talk about some mistakes that people make when it comes to your estate plan. And the first thing that I think that we would advise is that the biggest mistake that people have is they don't have an estate plan at all. You know, this idea that I don't have very much money, or nothing's going to happen to me, or I don't want to talk about death. All those things are very common, and it causes people to delay doing their estate plan. And the one thing that I would say after all these years of representing clients is that your estate plan doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need all the answers in order to go and get your estate plan drafted, because you can always change and update your estate plan. But the biggest problem is if something happens very suddenly and you have no estate plan. It really becomes a huge problem to your family, who's trying to deal with not only your passing, but also all of the things they don't know. They don't know how you wanted things handled. They don't know who you wanted to handle things, how you would want things distributed. And it's often the case that they then have to go to probate court, which is very, very expensive. And in addition to that, you have a judge that's making a decision about your assets rather than you. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. The other thing about probate that people don't understand is it's a very public format. So everything about your assets then are in public. And so it's a fairly simple matter to go and see an estate planning. You know, we sit down with clients all the time and talk to them about, you know, whether they need a will or a trust. And it's a fairly simple matter to get something drafted. So that would be the first mistake, just not having anything at all. The second thing would be, you know, not having everything addressed in your estate plan. You know, maybe you have personal property, maybe you have real estate, maybe things have changed, and you just, you know, haven't addressed each and everything in that document. And so you want to make sure that everything that you own and all those directions that are important to you get in your estate plan, in your trust, so that people know how you want things handled. The last mistake that I talked to you about today is when people just, you know, don't hire an attorney. You think you can do this online. You think you can download some document for some fixed fee price. I mean, the biggest way you can create mistakes is to not know what you're doing. And you can use a document online. It generally is my experience that people end up spending a lot more money after their death from their estate, because those documents aren't clear, nobody understands them, there's, you know, differences of opinion, and so those online documents don't always work. And it's really not a major problem to go see an attorney and just sit down. Most attorneys, including us, you give an initial consultation. And so, you know, it's a good idea to have somebody who specializes in this help you. And then the last thing I would say is that we talk to clients all the time who have an estate plan that was drafted a long time ago, but it hasn't been updated. And so maybe they bought a condo in Florida. Maybe their children have changed ages. And so that estate plan that was drafted 20 years ago is not really very useful now. So it's always important to update things as your life changes, as you get other things. You know, one of the things that we encourage people to do is we include in your trust a personal memorandum. And that is some things that may not be, specific in your trust as to, distributions and those kinds of things, but you might have lots of small matters that you want to say, this is the obituary I'd like to use in the paper after I pass. Here's the picture I'd like you to use. Here's some very specific things I want to happen for my dog. Just minor things that are very important to you that we put in that personal memorandum, so it's clear what you'd like to have happen after you pass. So those are some top mistakes that I think people make, and I hope you're able to avoid them now that you know about them. Again, my name is Lori Ann Rickard. We're in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. Our number is 586-498-0600. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if, in fact, these topics are of interest to you. And please like this video, as it helps us provide more YouTube videos for other topics in the future. Thanks, and have a great day.